Hello and welcome to the World News at 12 on Tungba 100.9 FM. My name is Tony Olutuyo. First, the headlines. Nigeria Labour Congress urges federal government to adopt national employment plan to engender decent work. Federal government removes import duty on ships and its spare parts. In Metro News, gunmen abduct child, 3 others in Ekiti State. In entertainment news, Two-Face Idibia threatens 1 billion naira defamation suit against Brimo over allegation. In sports news, Taiwo Awoniyi says he's not in Eagles to compete with Osimhen, Iheanacho and Onuachu. In international news, Guinea military government names Mohamed Brevoge as prime minister. Now, the details. The Nigerian Labour Congress has urged the federal government of Nigeria to adopt a national employment plan that would engender decent work in the country. Nigerian Labour Congress President Mr. Ayuba Waba made the call on a decent work roundtable discussion to mark the 2021 World Day for Decent Work celebration with the theme, the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic on health, employment, income and gender equality are more entrenched and catastrophic than before. Waba said that the National Employment Plan was imperative to address the issue of peace and stability in the country. According to the Nigerian Labour Congress President, it said that these will further reduce informality in the system by more than half, adding that Nigerians need jobs that respect maximum working hours and jobs that can provide a decent minimum wage. The federal government of Nigeria said it has removed import duty on importation of ships and its spare parts as an incentive to encourage indigenous shipping. The Director General, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety, Dr. Bashir Jamo, who disclosed this at the Nigeria International Maritime Summit, said that the presidency has needed the industry's request for incentives to enhance the local shipping capacity. He added that the Ministry of Transportation would formally announce the approval in due time. Jamal said when he assumed office as the Director General of Nigeria International Maritime Summit, deliberately worked on 2 incentives for the maritime sector, and one of them is fiscal incentives for the shipping industry. In Metro News, gunmen yesterday abducted 3 people during a midnight raid at Ilasa Ekiti East local government area of the state. Eyewitnesses from the community confirmed that the gunmen came about 1:30 a.m. in the morning to Etiero farmstead in Ilasa Ekiti and ransacked the entire household. According to sources, a child and 3 farmers were kidnapped and taken to an unknown destination. The police public relations officer, Ekiti Command, ASP Sunday Abutu, said only 2 people were abducted. He added that the police have rescued one of the captives from the abductors and 1 person has been arrested in connection with the midnight raid. In entertainment news, Nigerian music icon Two-Face Idibia has threatened to file a defamation suit against Brimo over his recent tweets. It will be recalled that Brimo, in a series of tweets, accused the music star of physically assaulting him and allegedly accusing him of sleeping with his wife. Brimo took to his Twitter page on Thursday, October 7, 2021, where he shared the letter he received from the lawyers of the music icon. The letter gave Brimo 48 hours to tender an unreserved apology to Two-Face Idibia and his family on all his social media pages. It also stated that he should withdraw all the comments he made about the music star from his social media. Up next now is sports news with Kemi Ojediron.
Thank you, Tonyo Lucio, and welcome to the Sport News on Tungba 100.9 FM. I am Kemi Ojediron. New Super Eagles invitee Taiwo Awoni says he is in the team to help them get results and not to compete over who is better between himself, Victor Osimhen, Kelechi Iheanacho or Paul Onuachu. Taiwo Awoni has been in fine form for Union Berlin in the German Bundesliga since the start of the 2021-2022 season, scoring 8 goals in 12 appearances across all competitions, a performance which earned him a first Eagle call-up after Laurent Terem-Murphy was forced out of the 2022 World Cup qualifiers following an injury in his side's 1-1 draw against Clement Foot last Sunday. Eagles currently boast of some of the best strikers in Africa, with the likes of Victor Osimhen, Paul Onuachu, Kelechi Iheanacho and Terem-Murphy all doing well for their respective clubs. Speaking about a stiff competition in the striking position of the team, Taiwo Awoni says Nigeria is blessed with a lot of good strikers, which is good for the country. He also says they are all here to represent the country's flag. Every player are here to help the team win and not to fight for a place, because once the team succeeds, every player succeeds. He also added he believes in his abilities, and if he gets a chance, he will prove his worth. All strikers in the Super Eagles team are friends and brothers. The Union Berlin striker will be hoping to make his debut for the Super Eagles with the absence of gang striker Paul Onuachu, who did not participate in the team first training on Tuesday. The Super Eagles match World Cup qualifiers against Central African Republic today is by 5 p.m. at the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos, with 5,000 fans expected to be at the stadium. And that's all on Sport News on Tungba 100.9 FM. My name is Kemi Ojediro. Let's get back to Tony Olutiyo for the rest of the news. Thanks for listening and good afternoon.
Thanks for staying with us. You're still listening to the World News on Tungba 100.9 FM. Over now to the foreign scenes. World Health Organization has approved the widespread use of malaria vaccine to prevent malaria among children in Sub-Saharan Africa and in other regions with moderate or high levels of malaria transmission. The new vaccine, made by GlaxoSmithKline, is approved for use on children as young as 5 months old and requires up to 4 doses. It arouses a child's immune system to thwart Plasmodium falciparum, the deadliest of 5 malaria pathogens and the most prevalent in Africa. World Health Organization Director General Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said in a statement that the jab has a strong safety profile and is feasible to deliver, and the jab would save tens of thousands of lives a year. Guinea's military government has named Mohamed Bevogui, a former civil servant and expert in agricultural finance, as prime minister to preside over a promised transition back to democratic rule following last month's coup. Bevogui, whose nomination was announced on national television, had a prestigious career with international organizations, including the United Nations, but has no national government experience potential, distancing him from the Guinean political infighting of recent years. The 68-year-old engineering graduate and son of a diplomat is an expert in agricultural development financing and risk management. Finally, the Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian has met Lebanese President Michel Aoun to express Iran's willingness to support the cash-strapped country. Amir Abdollahian will also meet recently appointed Prime Minister Najib Mikati Speaker Naber Berry, Foreign Minister Abdullah Abu Habib, and representatives groups on Thursday today. A spokesperson for the Shia political party Hezbollah, Iran's key ally in Lebanon, said that Amir Abdullahian will also meet with representatives from the movement, but a time has not been scheduled yet. Amir Abdullahian said at Beirut airport after touching down that he would like to announce the frank and firm position that the Islamic Republic of Iran, as it has, will always stand firmly by the side of the brotherly Lebanese Republic. That's the news, but before we go, here are the highlights again. We told you the Nigerian Labour Congress urges federal government to adopt a national employment plan to engender decent work. We also brought you news that federal government removes import duty on ships and its spare parts. In Metro News, gunmen abduct child, 3 others in Ekiti State. In entertainment news, Two-Face Idibia threatens 1 billion naira defamation suit against Brimo over allegation. In sports news, Taiwo Awoniyi says he is not in Eagles to compete with Osimhen, Iheanacho and Onuachu. Finally, in international news, Guinea military government names Mohamed Bevogui as Prime Minister. Now let's consider this quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. When you give joy to other people, you get more joy in return. That's why you should give a good thought to happiness that you can give out. Follow us on all of our various social media platforms on Facebook at Tungba FM Live. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Tungba FM 100.9. You can also stream live on Radio Garden at Tungba FM 100.9. And that concludes the World News as edited by Olayemi Akoni. My name is Tony Olutuyo. Thank you for listening.